Are you a self-storage facility owner or manager looking to attract more customers and boost your business? Look no further than the Storage Group, the ultimate solution for your online marketing needs. The Storage Group is a digital marketing firm specializing in cutting-edge self-storage technology products and services. We ensure industry success and improve customer experience through website design, digital marketing services, search engine optimization, and software development for the storage industry. And the Storage Group's Click and Store is self-storage's only rental suite. This is more than a rental tool. Click and Store Online Rental Suite is an extensive platform that optimizes revenue, enhances rental security, and increases your facility's visibility. We pioneer, innovate, and create. Our experts develop proven digital marketing strategies catered to your needs. With extensive search marketing research, we drive client success through their websites. Contact us for more information at www.storageinternetmarketing.com or call 407-680-2235.
Are you a self-storage owner or operator looking for service providers to help at your facility? Well, the Storage Business Owners Alliance, also known as the SBOA, has you covered. The SBOA is a premier online hub for connecting self-storage owners and operators to industry-leading products and service providers. We provide one-stop shopping for your business with exclusive offers to save time and money. At the SBOA, we believe by coming together, we help owners and operators grow revenue, gain purchasing power, reduce expenses, improve efficiencies, and increase profitability. We also offer many resources such as our conferences and Self-Storage Unlock webinars to help self-storage owners and operators gain the knowledge needed to become more competitive in the industry. To become an SBOA member or to find out more information, please visit www.thesboa.com today. We can't wait for you to join the Alliance.
Well, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Self-Storage Unlocked. Today, our topic is how to maximize your online visibility. I'm Iris Segan, president of the Storage Business Owners Alliance, better known as the SBOA, and I am coming to you today from the Texas Self-Storage Association Conference in Austin, Texas. And before we get started and I bring our guests on stage, I would just like to go over a couple of housekeeping items for you. If you do have questions for the speakers today, please ask those in the chat. You can see some people have been active already. And we'll also be putting in some poll questions into the chat, and you'll see them pop up on the screen as well, down at the bottom where that ticker is.
Please take a second during the presentation. We only have 4 poll questions. If you can answer those for us, it really helps us better assist you as our audience and helps us gauge where we're at with our webinars and what is good information for you. And that is pretty much everything. I'm going to just go into we have the storage group with us today, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up Jeannie Dotson. There she is. Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
Hello. How is everybody?
Well, I don't know about you, but I am like overwhelmed right now. Time change, everything else. I'm just glad I got here and got everything going as it should be.
Well, we're excited to talk about this topic and share our knowledge. So,
yeah, well, and it's always a great topic. People, especially right now, everyone wants to know. It's very competitive. What's the best way to get your name out there? Mm-hmm. And if you want to tell everyone a little bit about the storage group, I know we played a video at the beginning, but some people may have missed it.
Sure. We're a digital marketing agency, and we focus in self-storage as well as boat and RV storage. So our team of experts helps you to really have a strong digital presence. That means your website, being able to rent or reserve online with Click and Store that integrates with the top property management systems. It means getting people to your site, whether it's SEO like we're going to talk about, or pay-per-click, reputation management, local listings, all those things. So we are a digital marketing shop that focuses on this industry.
That's great. All right, I'm going to take you off stage for a second and we'll introduce Jason. Hi, Jason. How are you today?
Hi, Iris. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Do you want to tell everybody about what you do at the storage group? And what
Sure. So I'm an SEO specialist at the storage group company. And so I mainly work with the client's websites, changing elements here and there to optimize it so that they're more visible, when people are searching for, self-storage on Google or Yahoo or Bing. So that's sort of like my main task at the company.
Fantastic. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and jump in. I'm going to bring Jeannie back. And are you ready? Do you want me to bring the slideshow up now, or you have a little something else you wanted to go over first?
No, we can bring up the slideshow. Jason and I we compiled some of the most frequently asked questions that we get, and we put them on the screen so that you can kind of know, and it kind of guides you through the process, whether you have just heard about SEO or if you've done it. So it kind of takes you through it. So Jason's going to field the first few questions, and then I will take some, and we'll switch back and forth. Okay. So Jason, let's get into what is search engine optimization for those that are a bit new to this idea.
Yeah, and I think that's a really fitting place to start to have a conversation about SEO, because that's really a key driver of how to rank your website and make it visible on SERPs. And I'll go through these acronyms as well in a little bit. So SEO, it stands for search engine optimization, and it is the process of improving your website's content and structure to really help search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and many other search engines out there to find and rank your websites higher on the search engine result page, which is called SERPs, SERPs. And if you're not familiar with SERPs, it is the page that shows up with links to many websites after you have hit that enter key on the search box, right? So that's called SERPs. By optimizing various aspects of your website, SEO helps search engines to understand the context and the content of your pages, and make it easier for them to determine how relevant your website is to specific search queries that your users are making. And so the ultimate goal here for SEO is to improve your website ranking on the SERPs page, which is crucial because the higher the ranking on SERPs, it leads to an increase in organic traffic. That means you can attract more visitors to your website. You don't have to rely on paid advertisement, which will be fund that will come out of your pocket. So it's a free way of making your website visible to potential customers.
Right. It defines what your site is. So when people are looking and Google at like the search engines, their whole thing is they want to give the most relevant options for people when they do a search. So let's go on to the next question. Thank you for breaking that down. I know a lot of people hear about SEO, but may not have understood it fully. So my question is, why is SEO so important?
Right. And before I kind of answer that question, I do want to mention a couple of things which I should have mentioned earlier. The first thing is, as we go through have these conversations, there'll be a lot of like technical terms specific to SEO. And if you're new to it, then obviously you're not going to be too sure what that means. Please go ahead and put it on the comments or the chat, and one of us can attend to that. The second thing that I want to point out is that a lot of the examples that I'll be giving you during this conversation will be based on Google search engines, just because it is the most widely used search engine globally, not just in the States. And so I feel like, that's more relatable for many of our audiences here who have used Google compared to any other search engines. So going back to your question about the importance of SEO, and that's a great question because, okay, we now know what SEO is. Why is it so important, especially for our business? And to answer this question, I want to step back and think about sort of like our traditional way of advertising, right? Where do you typically see ads? They're on billboards along busy highways. They're on TV on prime time and a major sporting events, and you name it. They're big, they're noticeable, right? So the question is then, why are they placed in these spots, right? And the answer is very simple, because they're highly visible to people. The more people see them, the more likely they're going to take interest in it and take action, whether they're going to call you guys or make a purchase on the items that they're advertising. If they don't see your ads, they do not know if you even exist, right? And
or
so
SEO, or your organic ranking. So
right.
Yeah.
And SEO works in a very similar way, but in the digital space, right? It's all about visibility, getting your business in front of people who are actively looking for your product or services that you're providing, right? So when your website ranks high on search engine result pages, it's like having a prime advertising spot, and that visibility drives more traffic to your websites. Just think about your own experience when you're using Google and you're looking up something, right? When you type in something on the search box and you hit that enter button, Google's going to show you a list of relevant websites. Without even scrolling down or moving your mouse, you can already see, 3-4 websites that are related to your search queries. And those are the most visible websites, right? And so the higher the rank or position on the search, the more likely it is to attract clicks and traffic. I'm going to throw in some data here at this point, just to give you some more context. If you look at the 2024 click-through rate data by Google ranking position, the link in position 1 gets almost 40% of the clicks, which I personally thought that it was pretty low. I thought it might be like around 70 or 80, but 40% compared to a position in 4, which is only 7%. So that's a significant drop, and it shows how important it is to aim for those top spots.
Yeah, it's no longer the case of field of dreams. If you build your website, they will come. You have to let the search engines know what you are, what you offer, where you're located, all of that to bring people in.
Yeah, and it's a very strategic way of sort of like positioning yourself and doing some back work to ensure that when our potential customers are searching for something, you can pop up in the first 4 or 5 position. Now, does it mean that if you're not positioned in that top 4 or 5, it's the end of the story? No. As long as you're ranking in the first page, in the SEO side of it, we say that you're, it's doing pretty well, right? But again, you always want to aim for that top, 1 to 5 positions for sure.
Yep. Let's go on to the next one. We want to make sure we get through some different questions, because there's going to be people that have more, are more familiar with it. So can you switch to the next slide, Jason?
Oh, yes. Forgot that I was in control of that.
You're in control. So the other thing is, okay, so when you look at a SERP page, which is, of course, the search engine result page, where are the organic rankings and listings as opposed to paid listings and different things we've been talking about?
Yeah, sure. So the organic ranking appears in the main section of SERP, just below any paid advertisement. And the reason why the paid advertisement is always on the top is because that's sort of like their Google's mainstream of income. And so they're going to take priority on those. So right below those paid advertisement, we'll have organic search results. It could be in many different forms depending on the type of query that the user is making. Most of the times it'll be just a list of website links. Sometimes there'll be local packs, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a little bit. And there's also something called feature snippet. To kind of go over a little bit more about feature snippet, it's these boxes that appear at the very top of SERP. And it provides sort of like a quick answer to some specific questions you may have. For example, if you're searching for, how to bake brownie, the feature snippet will have a brief description of, how long it will take for you to, bake brownie, the star reviews. It might have a list of recipes. So it will give you a short information about that. And also you can click into that website. So these are just various layouts.
Google tests different layouts because they're constantly seeing how people and monitoring how people are searching, what they're clicking on, what they're not. And so you will see them test from time to time. And that's why as people's search habits change, Google will in turn also maybe change the layout.
Right.
So now that we have